Good afternoon, everyone. Um, Today, as it will be our last class. So here I will explain you about some websites. I will just give you information on some websites that can generate animation, rigs, and motion capture, uh, like without doing a lot of things. It's just drag and drop, and you can generate a lot of animation, like different kind of animation, different kind of rigs, and different kind of motion captures you can generate. And while being online, everything will be online, so you don't have to download anything on your computer to do that. Okay. Now, first of all, for that, you just need a good model, because some of the models, if they are not nicely created, so they will not look good, and sorry, they will not be able to generate automatic rig or animation or any other thing online. Okay, so that's one thing you have to keep in mind. And it can generate automatic everything automatic online, but the issue is that some of the parts might not work. So you have to make sure that your character is okay, and everything in the character is like looks good, so you will be able to do that neatly. But if your character is not good, it's not nicely designed, like the topology is not great, so you will not be able to use this website. Okay, so I will just open some files over here. Okay, I'm trying to open the one with only the character, not with the animation. Okay, now I have this character here, and first of all, what I need to do in order to use any one of these websites that can automatically generate rigs or animation or motion capture, you have to make sure that you have the character ready, and it should not be mesh smooth or turbo smooth or any kind of smooth inside the Maya itself. Because right now, if you will see, it have a smooth operation over here. So if I will go in my option here in my attributes, so you will see that there is a smooth mesh option here, and there is a subdivision level that says it have preview division levels 2. Now it says preview division levels. And here you can see it says smooth mesh preview. This is not actual smooth on the model. It's what what it is doing is that it's just creating a preview, so I can see how it will look like after the real smooth operation on it. If I will press 1 over here, so you can see it is turned on, or like turned off. So it will look like this. Okay. And if I will press 3 on my keyboard, I will get back everything here normally. Now if I will export it right now with this preview of smooth on this character, what it will do is that it will only export the version without this, like it will export it something like this. The reason is that because this is how originally it looks like. Okay, it's not and the smooth that was applied on it, it's just like a preview. It will not go out of Maya. In Maya it will stay as you can see on the screen. Okay, so if I want to upload the smooth version online to create a rig, so you have to so I have to make sure that I must apply the real smooth on it, not just a preview smooth, not 3 is just for previewing, because it will only work in Maya, it will not work outside Maya. So what I have to do is here is that, or you have to do here is that you have to turn off all the previews here. Once that preview is turned off, what you need to do, take every part, then go to mesh, then you have to apply smooth. Let's check the smooth settings here. Now I have here smooth exponential, okay, or unity. Basically I'll just keep it on exponential usually, okay. And then subdivision level I keep it to, it's up to you what you want to do, but like I'm telling you what are my settings basically. Okay, and then I keep it open subdivision. Okay, because open subdivision, what it do is that it gives me vertex boundary and all those things, because sometimes what happens is that the edges might become um, like sharp and the other parts become normal. So what I do is that I use this uh, open sub like division, the Catma clock, to create a nice smooth, same as it gives me when I press 3 on my keyboard. Once everything is done, and then you can press apply, and you will see that you will have a real smooth over here. Now you can see there are more subdivision level, unlike the one when you press 3. When you like whenever you press 3, it's more like different, because what it does, what it is doing is that uh, it's taking the like the current polygons, and it's converting that current polygon into smoother, but in the view it's only showing the current polygon curved. Okay, here it's taking the current polygon and converting or dividing them into like into two. Okay, so that's mean you will have double of one polygon. Double of double means like 2 times 2, I guess. Okay, so that's why it's all double. Same thing I will do here. I will take this one, create apply. Okay, and then there are some errors here. You can see that if I undo this just to see around, it's not there, but when I press apply I get these oh, it's not a triangle here, there is a triangle, should not be triangle. I think because of the merging it came over here, but you can still fix this. Let's see how we can fix that here. Is there any way we can fix it? Okay, let's do one thing here, because already it's applied, so I can only fix from here, from my attribute channel. So it's not doing any changes here. It's making it worse when I do a linear. So I will keep it as it is for now. Okay. Otherwise I have to do merging and all those things. So which you can do, not a big issue right now. Like suppose I can go to vertex, and I think there is a vertex here, so that's fine. It is, or merge vertex, target tool. good. Let's see this one. Done. Let's go on the back. Good. Now we're good to go. Similarly, I will take the head, go to my mesh, smooth settings, same settings apply. Okay, everything is fine. Take the eyes, same setting, apply. This one, apply, and here, apply. So it's now purely with the smooth operation. So if I will export it, it will export with the smooth, and this smooth will now work outside the like Maya also. But let's do one thing before doing export. Let's delete all the history it has. I don't think there is a history here, so that's fine. But for the safe side, let's do sometimes like there are gaps bugs here. There is a history because I have applied something, so there was a history on the bottom body here. So sometimes history might not show here, sometimes it do show here. Okay, let me save it as in my folder. The kit model. Okay, so here we go. We got the kit model. Now first we will see how the Mixamo works. Mixamo is a website from Adobe. Okay, so first we will see how Mixamo works and how Mixamo can create different sort of like rigs and animation. But to do that, we have to export it. Now Mixamo accepts OBJ, it accepts Fbx. So we will export Fbx and OBJ both. Now it have you can see different like textures on it. So Fbx, it contains the texture. It flattens the texture and it keeps the texture like within the file. OBJ it doesn't, but sometimes in some in some scenarios it fails to export Fbx. So let's see in this scene what in this case what happens. So I will choose Fbx and then I will choose OBJ. So I will go to Fbx export, okay, and see what do we have here. So reference option, include option. I don't need to include anything. Animation I don't want. I will uncheck the animation. Geometry, smooth mesh, okay, and everything is as it is. Only what I did is that I removed the animation because there is no animation on the character itself. And I don't find anything related to the texture. It should be here somewhere, but I'll just export it and I'll call it a kid. Okay, it's exported without error, so that's fine. Now I will export selection and export it as OBJ file, and I will call it the kit. So obj is exported. Now obj, the issue with the obj is that obj does not export like the textures within. It only exports what you call like a model without textures. Okay. So now what I will do here is that, let me check one thing. Let me do one thing here and export again. Let me freeze all these settings here. Okay. File, export selection, Fbx. Because why I'm exporting it again, the reason is that because uh, when you have any object, it records its coordinates, its size and everything with it over here. Now I don't want them to have any one of these. I want the current location as to this default location. So to do that, I have to select each part, okay, and make sure everything is 0 in the translation rotation and everything is 1 inside the scale. So that's now pretty much done. Now let's open another model here, because we will work on two models and we will see which one is the best one right now. Like which one, like I just want to tell you how your model will not work if it is not good, or if it is good but it is not readable by the Mixamo or any other website. Because sometimes models are good, they are fine, but you cannot work with them inside in any other in any other tool, or on you cannot generate anything automatically. So that's one harsh thing that we really have here. Let's do one thing on this one, because this is already rigged once, but I want to like delete the rig, because I will generate the rig online, so I don't want any rig over here. So I will take first this head, delete this, take this one, delete this one. Okay, and select all of it and delete the history and everything here. Oops. I think because of the rig, because like there was a rig on it, so that's why the eye is connected with that rig. So it is, I cannot change the position of the eye itself, like the pupils itself, not the eye, but the pupil which is inside. So when I do that, it goes to a different location. But at least I can freeze its location, or shift P to unparent it, and then I will try. Okay, I will leave it as it is for the pupils, but everything else is now done. And I will delete whatever is not important here and save it as Goonie model only, I will keep it, or Goonie model. Okay, now I've selected all. Same thing here. First of all, I have to press 1 on each one of this item just to turn off the smooth. Now I will take each one of it, go to mesh, then smooth settings. I will use the same settings here, just apply on this, apply on hair, eyebrows. People, I think it's fine, it doesn't need any smoothness. Then I will select all of it, file, export selection, and same folder where I exported the kid, I will export this one as well. First Fbx, let's see if Fbx of this character works or not. Yeah, there is an issue here. Okay, there is an animation part here because I have to uncheck the animation. Okay, there is a material option now, and constraint because I created the constraint. So okay, yeah, AI flat. I think I used the AI flat here. So what I will do is that I will just create a normal shader, and the issue is that I created a shader which is called AI flat, this one, and I place this shader on the character's pupils. Okay, but Fbx cannot read it. So what I have done is that I made a new one, AI, give it a black color. Oops. And apply here. So now it have AI shader, not the it have the surface shader, not the flat shader. Now let's see if it can export. Export selection, the Goonie. Okay, there is one more thing. The plugin does not support AI flat will be exported as a gray Lambert. Okay, it's fine. I just removed it still, but it is, I don't know, maybe somewhere else I have used this, or it is not applied correctly, maybe. Let's see. Because sometimes what happens is it deselects the object for some reason. So I will just apply again. And now let's see again. Otherwise, what will happen? It will export the your like people or the object, but it will keep it Lambert, a gray Lambert material on it, and it will do by itself. So that's the one thing that it will do if it is not fixed. So still it says, but doesn't matter. And then constraint, because I have placed the constraint on the eye people to move the eye pupils. So that is okay. It will remove those, but it will still upload it. Okay. Now same thing, I will select it all. Export selection again. This time I will choose OBJ. And I will call it the Goonie. Okay, so without any issue, the GUNI is exported. Now I will just create a new scene and save this one. Okay. Now let me open up the Mixamo here. So let me open it. I'm just opening on my other window on the other screen. Okay, so this is how the Mixamo will give you the website. It will just give you your whole character here. Okay. Sorry, it will give you the whole like splash screen here. You can browse the character, you can browse the animation, and some things about the website itself. And which you can check here. Now there are some like ready-made character here, but you can use your own. Now if you want to get started, let me do one thing. Let me log out here and show you from the beginning how you will be entering this website. Now you can just go to sign up for free. Now you can create with your email address. Okay, so let me just put a email address here. Um, okay, this account with the email address already exists, so it's already existed. So let me do one thing. Let me go back here, log in, and let me log in with the same ID, and then I'll bring back here. Okay, so I have it now. I'm logging with for the first time, so I don't know how the website works. Uh, okay, I mean like if as a scenario, I'm for example, I'm logging for the first time and I never have logged in. So this is how it will look like in the beginning, because I just made a new account, and with that new account, I'm just logging in as the first time, and this will how it will happen with you also. So this is how you will be entering the website. It will take a little time to load depending on your internet speed. So let me refresh it. Maybe it's stuck. Yeah. Okay. So this is how you will get your window here when you will log in for this as a first time. You have characters. Okay. Now these are the animations right now. If you go to characters, you will see different characters here. And you can download these characters. You can work with these characters. These are ready-made characters here, and there are a lot of different characters here. And in the animation, it's where you will upload your own character and see how it works. So I want to upload my character here. First, what I will do is that I will go to upload character and select the file. I can export Fbx or Obj or a zip file. In the zip file, I can put the characters, maps, character textures, and everything. So it can incorporate everything. But I will choose Fbx right now. First, let's do that like the Goonie one, the one which was not correct, the one which I like told you it's not a simple character with everything. So try that one. Let's upload that. Okay, sometimes it does not read Fbx correctly. So let's see how it works. Okay, it's not uploading correctly because it needs the new one. I don't know for what. Let's upload Obj. So you can see now it have the character ready here. Okay, now one more thing I can do. Let's try one thing here. Let's upload the Goonie zip file, because in the zip file I have the material and Obj as well. Let's see if it can read the materials or no. No, it's better to upload the Obj normal one because it's not reading for some reason. There might be like I think there will be a different procedure of uploading the material like separately to Fbx, but I don't know why it's not reading Fbx. It's saying that it have to be 2013 later version, earlier or later. I didn't read it correctly because the one I exported is from Maya, which is Maya 2020 I'm using. Okay, so here we have the character. Now we have to just go to, and your character have to be in a T pose, just like the way I have it here. Okay, now next I will go, and you can see that's in a T pose. Now it shows that you have chin have to be here. You have wrist have to be on the wrist, elbows have to be on the elbow. Okay, knees have to be on the rin, groin have to be in the groin area. Okay, so now I will take the chin and I will decide where should be the chin, because this guy is like a cartoon, so he does not have a real chin. Maybe this is his chin somewhere here. So you can decide where is the chin. Now wrist, these are the wrists, elbows, somewhere here maybe is the elbow. Knees, you can see that there are already some lines, panel lines for the knees here. Then groin, somewhere here in the middle area. Okay. Now here you have symmetry, so yes, we are using symmetry because both sides are same. Now we have standard skeleton, 3 chain fingers, 2 chain fingers, no fingers. He does not have any fingers. Okay, so I will choose no fingers. So it will be look like this, or actually keep it standard. Okay, so or 2 chain finger. I think yeah, 2 chain finger is good because he have like kind of mitten hands. So this is what I'm looking for right now. Okay, and then I will go to next. So he will now it's rigging it automatically. Auto rigger algorithm can take up to 2 minutes. So let's wait for a while. By the time it is rigging, maybe you can drink water or go for a short toilet break. So now it is done. Auto rigging. Now it's uploading here. It's processing basically. Uploading is done. Okay, while it is we're like working on the auto rig right now. Anyone who have question? There's the whole process that do online, so that's why it's taking a little time here. So one thing again I have to tell you, the character that I chose first here is the character called Goonie. Now the Goonie is like a character that does not have a neck. Okay, his head and neck is all one character. Okay, his groin, his hips are a bit higher as usual as unusual. Okay, usually the hips are not higher, they have to be on the right level. Even in cartoons sometimes you have on the right level. And then he have like hands, so it's like uh, he don't have fingers, so he have mitten hands. And then he have uh, legs which are not normal as that. Mixamo, I'm just like telling you here how you can generate automatically from that Mixamo. Even if you will generate automatically from here, from Mixamo, it will be only a rig. So that rig you can generate in Maya. So anything you can use, it's up to you. So Maya will only do Mixamo will only do a rig. But when you are bringing that rig back to your Maya, so you have to redefine it. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to use Maya rig or a Mixamo rig. But the animation you have to do the one that I gave you, the list of the animation and the files of the animation that I gave you on which I uploaded on the Blackboard. That's the one you have to use. You have to see what is the animation I given next to your name, and you have to use that animation and apply on your character. Okay, just like we did in the class, the floss dance. I'm not sure. Is it stuck? Because sometimes it gets stuck. It should not take a long. Let me refresh it. So let's do this thing again. Okay. Wait, I did one error here. I was supposed to do different fingers. Let me do again, because I sometimes the website it's doesn't work correctly. Okay, let's do this again. To like this is what I forgot last time. Now it is applying the algorithm. After the algorithm, it will start like processing. So it will take around, it says around 2 minutes. In the OBJ, the thing is that when if you're planning to do rig through the Mixamo, don't texture your model first, because if you will texture it, then in the OBJ all the textures it goes away. So first do the rigging, bring it back to the Maya, then do the texture. So the texture will not go away. Okay, because you will do the texture later. You will not do in the beginning, because in the beginning if you will do and then do the rigging using Mixamo, what will happen? All your textures will be gone. Okay, it didn't took time. Now let's see how much time this takes, because now this is doing the processing. It's a processing upload. So it should take half a minute, not more than that. But sometimes it takes time based on your internet connection or traffic on the website as well. Now the difference here is that in Maya, when you do auto rigging is not correct 100% most of the time. So you have to do a manual rigging using the auto or the quick rig. Okay, the quick rig can generate auto rigging, which is not that 100% correct most of the time, but manual rigging using using the quick rig, it's good. Okay, it's correct if you have all the correct uh, like weight paints. So once you are done with generating everything from the manual rigging from the quick rig, you will see that some of the parts they are not rightly have like they don't have right weight paint over it. Okay, like the skin weight. So when you move the hand does not maybe maybe it will the hands might not move correctly. If you will move the head, if you will turn around the head, you do from left to right, spin the neck, okay, rotate the head, so might not work correctly. uh, and your legs as well. So you have to do the main manual painting. So that's what only you have to do there, and everything will be fine. In Mixamo, the weight paint is really good, is really accurate. So you don't have to usually worry about that. So that's one good thing about the Mixamo, that you don't have to worry about the skin weight. But when you're bringing everything back to Maya, so what you have to do, you have to redefine everything, which is not a lengthy process. It depends on how many bones you have, okay, in your character. Should be done in 10 to 15 minutes, and then everything will be fine, and you can start animating that. Okay, let's wait a bit more here. Let's see how long it takes us. So let's do one thing. Let Mixamo do its own work here, and I'll take you to another website which is called the Kinetics. This is the Kinetics. So usually when you enter the Kinetics, it gives you sign in and sign up, two options. I already signed up and now I'm signed in. When you sign in, you only see this option here. It's a very simple website. What it do is that it generates an FBX file, okay, but on their own model, not on your model. They will put it on your own model, and then you have to bring that in Maya, take the skeleton of their model and apply it on your model. It's very, it's kind of like little bit hectic, okay. So what you need to only simple do is that choose your file, okay, like a video file. So suppose if you will see, these are the files which I gave you, okay. So let me show you here. These were some files which I gave you, okay. So suppose if I want the fly, I will like select the fly, open it up, and what it will do, it will generate a FBX file from that video. Now once it will do, it will give you here output. Now you can preview, you can download. Let's preview it. So if I go to preview, now it will show me my video here, okay, and then here it will show me their model, not my model, and I can rotate it, move around, okay, zoom in and zoom out, and if I play, you can see it is doing the same thing as it's in my character, but still it's not that correct. So that means you have to do a lot of changes here. But as an initial stage, it is fine. But just look at the floor. He's flying in the air because it's calculating the floor the way the character is standing. So that means when you're recording any video, if you want to use on kinetics, you have to make sure your camera is on eye level or an angle that um, records the the floor flat. So the floor should be flat, and he should not look like he's flying, because right now he looks like he's flying because the way the actual actor is standing. So make sure when if you're using this website, your floor is correct. It looks flat on the surface, so it will like when you generate, it should not look he's flying. Okay. So that's one thing with this. And when you're ready, okay, then you have you can close this. You can mix it. You can add more uh, files here. You can upload up to 5 files. And when you are done, you can just download this. Okay, wherever you want. And then once it's done, you can go back to Maya, File, and then Import, and take the file that you want, the one that you order. It's not importing it for some reason. Okay, sorry. I think I clicked on the wrong file. Now it's uploaded. Now here we have, okay, and you can see, I don't see there is any animation here for some reason. Let me hide it. I'm not sure why it's not animating. Let's try again. Okay, yeah, I think the animation is maybe not turned on from here. If there is any animation option. Let's load all the references and uncheck preserve references. Let's see now if it works. It's not animating. I don't know what's the reason it's not animating. So anyhow, there will be a different way of doing that, but it do generates. Let's go back here and see how it is working or not. Okay, while it is doing, let's do one more file here, Mixamo. And this time I will choose the kid Fbx. Let's see if the kid's Fbx works or not. Oops. There is something, I don't know, there is an error here. I will choose the kid normal one, the OBJ. Okay, next. So you can see that this kid have a chin. And let's see his finger. He had 3 fingers basically. So I will choose 3 fingers. Yeah. or standard. Let's use standard because he have 3 fingers, but he also have 1 thumb. So I'll choose standard. And next. So let's see how much time this takes. Okay, now this one is processing as well, just like the Goonie. Both are now on the processing stage. Oh, this is done already. Goonie is taking time. I don't know what's the reason, because maybe the character itself is heavy or something. But you can see that he is very nicely rigged. Just look at the fingers. Okay, the fingers are moving correctly. Everything is correct. Bones, elbows are moving correctly. Head is moving correctly. There is no issue here. So this is, the thing is, the character, the way it was modeled, the topology was good. It was animatable. If your character's topology is not animatable, you will not have something like this sort of result. That's why I made another character called Goonie, and I made him little bit different, not that good like topology. So that is uploading on a different stage right now. So once that is uploaded, you can see the problems that it will have. But right now, it does not have any problems. So if I go to next, okay, uh, your 3D character has been uploaded. Proceed with this new character. Your previous character will not be saved. So okay, next. Now we have here. Now what we can do, we have a lot of different kind of animations here. So we can apply the animations on him. Okay, and we can see how he will look like with the animations. And you can, change the characters here. You can make him more funniness. You can increase, so he will become more funny. Okay, then you have like a silly dance. So he's doing dance. But you will see that his hands are now kind of mixing together, overlapping. So this you have to fix inside Maya, actually. Now energy level, if I'll increase it, arm space, okay, yeah, I can increase the arm space. Let's see if it's, yeah, you can increase more arm space, so you will not have that issue more. Yeah, now it is getting a little better. Okay, so that's one good thing about it. If you want more energy to his dance, energy gives him more energy. So if your character's topology is not animatable, you will not have this sort of like a result. Okay, that you have to keep in mind. Now there's a zombie walk. You can do a zombie walk. This brutal assassination. He's dead. Somebody shot him. Okay, so this is how you can do that. Now, one thing I want him to do is remove the animation from him. What I can do, there is a skinning test here. So I will just apply a T-pose. So like there's a T-pose, you have to just type T here, so you will get the T-pose here, and just apply T-pose. And once you apply the T-pose, you can download this. Skin with skin, yeah, we need skin weight. That's the main thing. That's what we are looking for. Okay. And because it's not animating, it's a T-pose, so we don't have to worry about any other thing. Only thing that you have to check is the skin weight. Now here I will apply the kid underscore T-pose. Okay, done. Let me close this. It's still, the Goonie is still on it. I don't know what's the reason. Maybe it will take a little bit more time. So let's go here, import the kit with the T-pose. Okay, so now we will have the kit, and these are all the bones. Okay, now these are not defined, so you will see them, something like this on the screen. So what you need to do, only thing is that you have to just go to your the character control on the top. It will open the character control here. Okay, then you have to go to create character definition, because we have to do the definition first. Once you will do that, you will have the character definition. Everything is here. I don't want to do the mirror matching, because all the time when you will do that, it moves automatically to the other side, which is quite annoying for me. Okay, and it is unlocked. Make sure it is unlocked. Now what I will do, I will go to this. It will automatically give you all these. I will open all of them. It will become easier for me to define. Now this process is an easy process, not a hard process, but a little bit time consuming process, because as many items you have to like define them one by one, but it will not take time. Okay, Now first thing what I need to do here is that to define the hip. Okay, so what I will do here is the hip. Let's start with the hip. Okay, or hip translation, I guess. Yeah, or hips itself. So I will double click the hip. When you double click the hip, you will see that there is a everything will turn black. Only the hip is selected with a dark blue out, like the sky blue outline. So once you have this, you just click on the hips. Now you see the hips is now being like selected over here. Okay, it's defined. Now let's start with the hands. Okay, so or spine. So here is my spine. I will double click it, and there is a spine over here. If I click on this, you can see the spine will become green. Now here you will see I have spine is already done. I have spine 1 and spine 2, but I cannot see spine 1 and spine 2 here. Where are they? You will see these small arrows most on these places. These arrows contains the extra information, just like the one that we are looking for. So I will click on this one, and here you will see spine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we only want 1 and 2 because here we have only 1 and 2. So I will double click it here. So click on the spine 1, double click it, spine 2 here, and click on spine 2. When I'm done, I will go outside by clicking here. Done. Now next is neck, head, and head top. So we don't have a head top, but we do have neck here. So I will click on this button. Okay, so I have a lot of neck joints. This is for if you are creating something like a you know, a giraffe or an animal with a long neck. But for me, I will just double click on the neck, select the neck. That's all. Go outside, and you can see that is green. Green means you're doing fine. Now I will go to the head. Double click on the head. Click on the head. Okay, head is done. And then I will move to the hand. Let's see what do we have. So here I have left arm, left forearm, and hand. Okay, so the spine 1, spine 2, neck, head, and head top, these things are done. Head top I skipped because we don't have head top here, so I skipped it. So let's close this spine thing, and now we will move to the I will close one by one here, not the whole thing, otherwise what will happen? I will only close the neck. Now I will move to the left shoulder. Now here left shoulder is in the arrow. So what I have to do, let's start with the from the root, like from here. It's always better to start from the end. So here I will click on this arrow, and you will see that there are these kind of options here. Now thumb 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so 4, 3, 2, 1. So I will go to this one, double click it here, and I will skip the bottom one. These are number 5, but I have 4. Okay, so double click it here, click on the thumb of this side, 1. Okay, double click it here, 2, double click it here, 3, double click it here, 4. Now I'm done with the thumb. I will close the thumb. Now in this is the one. Okay, double click it here, then this. Index, I will close it. This one. Now you will see some are the gray, some are in the gray, some are in are light gray. Light gray are the ones which it needs. Without that, without defining these, you will not get a right definition. And the dark gray ones are the optional. You don't need them, okay, but they are there. So now only one this finger is left. And if you don't know which one is this, you can hover over it. So it says left hand ring 3. So here is the 3. Okay, and Mixamo automatically rename them. So this is a good thing about Mixamo. Now I'm done with all this finger because we don't have this one and this one. So I will go outside. You can see it turned green. That means it's okay. Now left hand is left. So where is the left hand? This one. Double click here, click on the left hand. Done. Okay. Now I will close this one. Now this is what? Forearm. So double click it here, click on the forearm. Now what is this? Left arm. Double click it here, and here's the left arm. And close it here. Now we have shoulder left. Shoulder is inside here. So if I will go here, you can see that there are shoulder extra. We don't need extra. We just need left shoulder. So double click it here, click on the left shoulder. Done. Go outside. Now this whole thing is green now. And now we will move to the other side here. Same, click it here. Okay. And double click it here. Where is the thumb? Yeah, here. Okay. Close the thumb. Index. So if you get confused in the middle, like what are these, just hover over it, and it will give you a little bit like a little tooltip there explaining what it is. So that's the way you can easily guess if you're doing it right or wrong. Okay. Done. Now go out. Hand, right hand here. Forearm here. Just you have to double click and then click back here. Now left shoulder, click here. This is the right shoulder. Sorry, right shoulder, not left. And right here. Everything is done here. Now I will close the whole spine here because now we are going to work on the legs. Okay. Now if I will go inside here, so I have here toe end. So let's see which one is the toe end. Okay, so he does not have any sort of a toe. Okay, because he's wearing shoe. So this is the base and this is the end. And let's see. So I will go to the middle one, like here. Double click it here and click the end. Okay. Now I will go to the base and choose this. Okay. I think I have to double click on this one and choose the toe end. Yeah, this is the right one. Okay, this is the toe end and this is the base. Now I will go outside. Now left foot, this is the oh, I'm working on the left foot, sorry. Yeah, this is the left foot. So double click it here, then here is the left foot. Done. Okay, left leg, left leg, left leg up, left leg up. Done. Close this. I will go here. Now oops, middle one, then base. Oh, I have selected the wrong one. This should be there. And this one, base, out, and then this right leg to right leg, right leg up to right leg up. Now everything is done, and you can see that this has become green, means now you can create the control rig. To create the control rig, simple, we have this option, create control rig. You just click on it and it will load and everything is done here. Okay, now control rig is created, but the rig itself is the controls are a little bit smaller. So what I will do here is that I will just for a while uh, hide the body for a while, and all these controls I will make them bigger, the one that requires to be bigger, like suppose, oops. Okay, so at least I can see them when they are on the character itself, otherwise they're hardly visible. The fingers, we like there's some issues here with the fingers, so we will check that. It's not a big deal. Okay, so now I will bring all of them back and let's see how the weight is. Okay, the weight is good. Now one thing I have to check here is the finger have some issues on this side only. So I have to go back to the character definitions here, unlock it. Okay, and then I have to go back here just to see what happened here, and then I will go back to my spine, right shoulder, and everything on the right side. Okay, so I will just start with this. Maybe somewhere I have, okay, this is fine. This is index. Okay, so index is fine. This is fine as well. Okay, so there is some issue here. Let me do one thing. Let me clear all these. Because I guess this is issue as I'm not using the mirror here. So what I will do now is that I'll just go outside go on this one, do the same thing here. Okay, and then I will turn on my mirror, and then I will go to my left shoulder as well and start with the thumb. Look here. Okay, because in the mirror the only issues that you have to, it will bring you back. Like suppose if I go back here, okay, now I'm doing the index. So if I will double click it here and click on the index finger here, done. Now it will show me that I am done with this part, the other part. So I have to go like it's showing me that it's mirroring, or like it's mirroring on the other part. So you have to go back and then come back here where you were doing. So that's the only thing. To avoid that, I unchecked the mirror. But let's do the mirror here to avoid any kind of error if we are facing. Okay. Okay, done. Now I will lock it again, or just create control leg. So it will automatically lock it. Let's hide and see. Okay, there is issue again here. Let's do one thing here. Unlock this. Go back here. Clear. Here. 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 Okay, I will start from here instead of starting from the start. Let's see if that works. Oh, okay. Now I know what was the issue. I was starting from a wrong side. It was supposed to be this. Okay, I have to clear all these as well. Okay, so this is thumb number 1. So this was supposed to be clear. Okay, now it's fine because I selected the wrong one before. So let's hide all these, and I will save this as where is this? Okay. So making them bigger will help me to easily select them. So that's why I'm making it bigger, all these. So it will be easier for me to select. Okay, that's all. Bring it back, everything. Now if I will move this, them. Okay. So you can see it's a very nice rig here. Even if I will move the fingers, it's moving it perfectly. And if I'm moving all the fingers together, it can move all the fingers together. Now it's up to you if you want to make more of those spines and all those kind of things, you can do that too. Okay, but don't go on extremes, because if you will see, if you will go on extreme, you will see all these uh, artifacts there. Let's see neck, because usually the issue comes on the neck all the time. So neck is also good. Okay, and this thing can be some extra stuff. Maybe if you want to move it or delete it, it's not usually doing anything here. Let me delete this one, and this one we'll keep it, but you can hide it if you don't want to play with that. Okay, so very nicely you can see that you have the rig without like so many issues here. Okay, so there is some issue here, which maybe it can be solved with this, or you can paint it with this, but it's okay, it's not that huge of a thing. Okay, so I'll hide that one. Okay, so that's how you can do that. And one more thing is, if I go here and unlock it, one more thing I can do here. Let me bring back that. Okay, the issue is with the hip translation. So what I can do here is that I can double click here and click on the hip translation. Oh no, I don't think it will work. I need an extra bone here for the hip. That's when it will work. So I will skip that. Okay, so if you want to fix this issue of the skin, so what you can do is that you can just simply go to the skinning option here. Where is the paint skinning? hips. Okay, and then maybe you can apply more smoothness, or you can add a little bit more white towards it. This area. And then you can smooth it. But the issue is in the front area, not anywhere else. Okay, so here is the only issue is here. So I'll just paint here with the white color, that's all. And then I can paint some smoothness here. Okay, now you can see that it is removed. Yeah, now there is no issue there. So this is how you can do these kind of things. Let me hide this one, it's quite annoying. Okay, and you can start with your animation and stuff. Little bit more correction you can do there, which I don't think it will take time. And it's better to use mirror, because now you can see that I cannot I have to move them separately, because like there is no mirror on it, on the shoulders. But if you have used the mirror option, you will have certainly the mirror option, just like what I did with the fingers. Okay, so a quick way of generating its result is more like much more better. So this is how you can use the Mixamo to generate the rig. Now animations, uh, you cannot get the animation. The issue with the animation is that because uh, these animation are not required for your final project. In your final project, you have to use those animation which I gave you with your names. Okay, so you cannot use these animation because these are not the ones that is required. Don't use their character, use your own characters and all those things. So Goonie, I don't think like there's something like there is some issue with the Goonie. I don't know what is the issue with the Goonie. It's not uploading. Maybe the character itself is not that correct. So again, the same thing. If your character is not, uh, it does not have a good topology. It have everything is, you know, not going like correct with the with your topology, so it might not work. So your topology have to be like good. Then you can use the Mixamo. Otherwise, you will not use. Otherwise, you won't be able to do. Now, the next I want to show you here is called the deep motion. Okay. So it is portal.deepmotion.com. And I already have the account here. Now this is uh, I like this one. The reason is that because you can upload your own character and your own animation both at the same time. So if I will go to animate cloud, okay, now here what I need to do is that I have to select, I have to go to file, export all, because it you cannot upload without the rig. The rig have to be ready for this website. If rig is not ready, then it will not animate. Okay, Fbx, okay, and call this animated. So there are two, one which I directly downloaded, second which I redefined inside the Maya. Now let's use both here. Okay, let's give them a T-pose. Let's undo and give him a T-pose back. And now I will go to file, export all. It's not animated, I just renamed it to animated. Okay, preview and download your own, so I will use this one. Okay, new character, so select file. I will use first the one which I got it from Mixamo. Let's see if that works. Okay, because it is not defined. That's one thing, but what if it reads? Yeah, it read, that was good. Now I will select the animation, the video. So I will go here, rotos. These are the one I gave you. Okay, let's check which one will work. Hulk, let's try Hulk. Okay, lead animation. So here is the best results. You must use your camera should be stationary and parallel to your subject. Just like I told you, if your ground is, it's like if the feet seems to be they are not on the ground in your animation, it will look like they are flying in the air. So you have to have a good flat angle on for your feet at least. Character placement, the entire body from head to toe should be visible. Nothing should be in front of it. So the one which have something in front cannot be rigged correctly. Now locate it 2 to 6 meters, like this is like the distance from the camera itself. Neutral lighting with high contrast between the subject and the background. Okay, now size should be 60 seconds maximum, and 50 MB should be the size of your animation, the video. Occlusion, the subject should not be occluded by any object, and there should be a single subject in the motion. So there should be no occlusion over there, like there should be no anything that is like covering it, or there is a shadow, or like there is a shine on it, something like that. Clothing, do not wear loose clothing or clothing that covers key joints like knees and elbows. So wear light clothes where you can see the joints, okay, like knee joints especially, and uh, don't wear like very loose clothes, otherwise it cannot read the motion correctly. Now it is creating the animation, which is the last part. Done. Now let's download the animation here. So I have BVH. So BVH is also good for motion captures, but I will download Fbx. Okay, and it will generate a zip file. Now here it is. Okay, now it's also loading. Let's see there this one as well. Okay, just see, this is the animation that I have given you. Okay, so this is nice work, but you have to do, the hands are not, or the face are not on the ground, and things are not that matching like correctly because fingers are not animated correctly. So these kind of things manually you have to animate them, the fingers, the legs, and all those things. Okay, so simple. What I can do here is that go to new scene, insert this one, import it here. By the way, you can put the colors on your objects as well. Okay, and then you can upload the FBX. But the only thing Deep Motion requires is the rig. You should have a rig on your character. If there is no rig, it will not be able to do that. Okay, now we are here. This is the animation, but you cannot redefine the. Now you cannot do the animation until you redefine it the way I did the previous one. Okay. Oops, what I did, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, so I have to do all these here, just like what I did before. But quickly, I will not do the fingers right now, and it does not require the fingers also. There are fingers, but it will take time, but you got the idea what you need to do. Once this is done, then you can redefine it. Let's do some quickly. Let's forget about the fingers right now. So Okay, there are some issues because I didn't did the fingers and all those things, but I'll just make it. Oops, what I did. Okay, because here you can see the fingers are not done. And the animation was not there. But anyhow, this is how you will get it, but you have to fix it. So it takes time. Like usually you have to put things, then you have to put things back together again to make sure it looks the way you want. But these are some shortcuts for these websites, like these kind of websites. Okay, like you have the Mixamo, you have uh, like deep motion, and then you have to and then you have the kinetics. So these three are the one which are really good. Okay, Mixamo is good because it do the rigging for you as well. For rigging, you can use that. Animation, because your project is about the animation that I gave you, so you won't be able to, it's not right to do it from here because you cannot do that. First of all, second thing is that that's is like like a plagiarism when you're doing it. Okay, so Mixamo, deep motion, and then you have the kinetics. Okay, so let's move to Blackboard so we can do some attendance there, and then also I will explain you about the project. Okay, so let's move there. So I will end the stream. So this is our last class of the 3D modeling and animation, and now you have to start